Morning, Mrs. Sharples.
You wouldn't happen to sell such a thing as a wash leather, would you?
Oh, wash leather. We don't really have much of a demand for wash leathers anymore, Mrs. Sharples.
Oh, you don't need to tell me that. I can tell from the mucky windows I pass between here and flat.
Well, I'll have a look in the back for you. Well, you never know. We might have some Continental models left over from when Ild Ogden tried to join the common market. Single-handed.
Hello. I thought I recognised that famous profile passing my lace curtains.
Oh, so you're at it now, I thought it was only Ild Ogden that had a spyglass in her front window.
I was only testing the weather.
Oh, well, I'll take your word for it.
Well, now, what are we going to do about Ernie Bishop's an angel of the mission all? You know, the one that keeps the poison pen stuffed up her roll-ons. You said you'd sleep on it.
Well, I slept very well, thank you very much.
And?
And I don't really think it's up to us to do anything about it at all.
I'm inclined to think you're right. The ball's in our Emily's court now. Though I don't really see her screwing up her courage to face Val Barlow. The mood that Val's in, she'd chew her up into little balls and spit her out.
Well, she doesn't have much choice, does she? Because if she doesn't tell herself, somebody else soon will, won't they?
I thought we were going to keep us noses out of this.
Oh, not us. Ken Barlow when he comes back from Yankee Land next weekend.
Anything interesting?
Well, if you consider bills and more bills interesting.
Oh, no, thanks. I got problems enough of my own.
You know, it's enough to destroy one's faith in politicians.
Oh, what is?
The way prices keep rising anyway, no matter which party happens to be in power.
Oh, no, my mum. Wait till the yuppies take over. They're going to do away with money altogether, you know. Of course, we'll all be starving in about 12 months. And in mind, it'll free us from the curse of dreaded capitalism.
You're an early bird this morning, Mrs.
Yeah.
Tarleton.
More than can be said for some folks I could mention.
I'm afraid the significance of that remark rather escapes me.
Let me give you a little clue, then. Blonde hair, dangling earrings and a neckline right down to her ankles.
Well, according to my Billy, Miss Lynch's natural charms are a business asset to this establishment.
It's not her natural charms I'm on about.
I'm sorry, Betty, but if you have some private grievance against Bet Lynch, you really will have to sort it out amongst yourselves.
It isn't private, it's public, or it soon blooming well will be if I don't get some satisfaction. Now, look, am I or am I not, by virtue of long and faithful service, senior barmaid in this pub?
Well, Billy, you're the one who considers Miss Lynch indispensable to our little team. Would you like to answer that question?
Thanks, Mother.
Ah, that the lot, then?
Yeah, thanks, Maggie.
Sure.
Is Irma in?
Oh, she's just making a cup of tea. Do you want her for something?
No, nothing in particular. Is she all right?
How do you mean?
Well, I think what Greg means is she's kind of jumpy, isn't she?
Jumpy?
Yeah, you know, nervous for some reason when we're around.
Oh, now you come to mention it. Yeah, she has been a bit on edge lately. Still, I can't think it's anything to do with you. Mind you, she's been a bit odd on and off like before.
Odd?
Well, since Davy was killed. I mean, you don't get over a thing like that in a minute. I don't know. Perhaps seeing a lot of one fella again brings it all back. Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, Charlie, we've been looking everywhere for you.
They seek him here, they seek him there, they seek Denelli everywhere. Look, what do you guys feel about tangling with a man with a golden arm and a quick game of poker?
No, not for me.
Sure, why not? But look, Joe, I mean, if you just want to give your hard-earned cash away, I mean, why go through the formality of a game, huh?
That's what I like about you, Flint, this overbearing modesty.
Yeah, well, that's what most people find attractive about me, Joe.
Okay, so where do we play?
Well, there's always the flat. I'm sure Emma wouldn't mind.
Sure, Irma wouldn't mind what?
Oh,
if
baby,
the,
you wouldn't mind if the boys and I used the flat for a little game of poker now, would you?
No.
Yeah. Come on, let's go separate the men from the boys.
Hey. Thanks, Irma.
Thanks, baby.
You all right?
Of course. I'm sorry I've spilt some in your saucer.
Are you sure you're all right?
Oh, I said I'm all right, haven't I? Why shouldn't I be?
Wouldn't it be a good idea to read what's inside first?
Don't think so.
Why?
Well, my little demonstration would have lost its point then, wouldn't it?
Anyway, I don't need to read it. I've heard what it's got to say live at £2 a minute.
I saw Elsie Tanner. She laughed at me.
So nobody wrote a letter. There never was a letter. I invented the whole thing, the row, the telephone call, everything. Do you know what really gets me? I mean, more even than Ken being stupid enough to make a phone call about it. It's that lot out there making a 5-course meal out of it.
Well, you know how it is, love. I mean, a lovely-looking lad like me, a gorgeous girl like you, in close proximity. Well, I mean, they're bound to put 2 and 2 together, aren't they?
Are they?
Well, what I mean is, why do you think it's always the muckiest Sunday papers as always sell the most copies, eh? It's 'cause it's much more fun reading the worst about somebody instead of the best, isn't it?
All right. If they want something to talk about, let's give them something to talk about, shall we?
You what?
What are you doing at dinner time?
Well, I'm going to the Rovers, why?
Right, well, you can take me for a drink. 2 drinks.
Oh, now, hang on a minute,
Unless,
darling.
of course, you're ashamed to be seen about with me in case people start talking.
Well, no, but...
Okay. Nah, it's too rich for me.
I'll see you.
Okay, queens, aces.
Come on, this is crazy.
Come on, man, let's play some more cards.
Ah, look, we didn't come here to play cards, Joe. How much longer do you think you can get away with this?
Now, what is it with you guys? We're having a good time, and all of a sudden you pull out the "your country needs you" routine.
Look, it's not just you that's involved, Joe. It's other people.
What people?
This girl, Joe.
What girl?
Irma!
You just lost me, fella.
Look, have you seen her lately, how she is?
Of course I seen her. I saw her half an hour ago.
I don't mean that, Joe. I mean the way she's been acting.
Look, you're losing me again, buddy.
He's right, Joe. What's with that kid? Jumpy, nervous all the time?
And a kook? Well, all right, I dig her. Maybe that's why I dig her. Brings out my protective instincts.
Okay, Joe, okay, so be protective. But go back to the Army first and straighten things out, and then come back and be protective.
Look, neither you or the MPs or nobody is going to persuade me to go back to that man's army.
Burtonwood? Yeah, this is Major Ryan's office. Who wants him? Oh, hang on, I'll see if he's free to speak.
Ryan. Okay, put him through. Hey, Scotty, how are you? How's Germany? What? Down to 16, but I'm working at it. What can I do for you? Uh-huh. Greg Flint and Gary Strauss. Sure, I know them. They served under me before they went to Germany. Oh? Hang on, I just want to make a note. The what hotel? Yeah, I got it. Well, what's the problem? For how long? How bad are the injuries? Okay, look, leave this with me. We'll see what we can do, and as soon as we get something, I'll call you. Yeah, right. Your cello.
Yes, sir?
This is the leave address of Greg Flint and Gary Strauss. Call them. I want to see both of them over here as soon as possible. And tell them it's urgent.
How about that guy, huh?
Impenetrable.
What gets into a guy like that anyway? I mean, no neurotic tendencies. He's just a straightforward, ordinary, sensible sort of a guy. And all of a sudden he takes off. Bingo, just like that.
Can I get you something, Mrs. Ogden? Like an ear trumpet or a hidden microphone?
No, thank you.
Right.
Hello?
Oh, no, not you. Look, I need you right now like I need a hole in the head.
You said you'd be in touch. I'm still waiting.
Well, I've been kind of busy, you know?
Well, where is he then?
Well, we haven't seen him lately. We don't know.
Oh?
Look, baby, so you got roughed up a bit. Okay, it's all over now. So why don't we just have a drink and forget the whole thing?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't
Well,
you?
do you want a drink?
No, no, thanks. I just want to see Joe Danelli.
Nice weather we're having for this time of the morning.
You are?
They say it's coming in from all directions.
Pardon?
Forget it.
Just don't disturb her if I were you, love. A man's what you might say elsewhere.
Compensation?
That's right.
What if there isn't any?
Oh, well, then I'll have to put the bobbies on him, won't I?
Okay. So what's the asking price for a beat-up tart these days, huh?
Well, I wouldn't know, would I? It doesn't happen to me every day.
20?
20? I've been off work for 2 weeks.
Ah, you heard what he said.
Right.
The nights here in Bambi?
Hang on. Look, am I getting in your way, or are you getting in mine?
I would have said some things speak for themselves.
Ladies, before you start chucking glasses at each other, can we sort out this little difference of opinion between you
Not a
two?
matter of opinion, it's a matter of status.
Status?
Yeah, well, you see, it has been pointed out to the management that one of you has got a bit more servicing than the other.
Oh, give me a funny hat and call me a Chelsea pensioner.
So we have decided that to avoid future heartache, you will be the private and Betty will be the lance corporal.
Does that mean she's getting more money than me?
No, but it does mean that she enjoys certain privileges.
What privileges?
Well, you see, if somebody's getting drunk, for instance, and making a nuisance of himself, Betty has the privilege of kicking him out.
Oh, well, that's all right, then.
It's good.
What's all this about, Miss Nugent?
Merely the details of our Christmas trip this year, December the 23rd. First-class seats at the Opera House, followed by a meal at a Chinese restaurant. The overall cost, 45 shillings.
Well, it's the first I've heard of it.
Yes, well, she's had a lot of other things on her mind just lately, haven't you, Miss Nugent?
If anyone does require tickets, you all know where I can be found.
Well, what about it? Cinderella, December 23rd.
Cinderella? Hundreds of screaming kids tipping ice cream down the back of your neck.
Come on, it's only once a year.
You must be dead daft. All right, I will if you will.
Come on, let's have a drink.
Shall we sit down then?
No, I think I'd rather stand at the bar.
You'll be playing fives and threes with your Uncle Albert and spitting in the sawdust next, won't you?
All right.
I'm having a pint of bitter. What are you having?
I'll have a gin and tonic if it's all the same to you. A large gin and tonic.
I suppose you wouldn't prefer a bottle of pop or an economical bag of crisps now. Betty! Yeah? Pint of bitter and a large gin and tonic.
That's the Victoria Hotel? You have a couple of American servicemen there, as Sergeants Flint and Strauss? Yeah. Could I speak to them, please? Oh, well, do you know when they'll be back? Did they leave a number? Oh, good. Can I take that?
Wonderful thing, school dinners.
Oh, marvellous, Hilda. I mean, it gives you the whole day to fly your kite in, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, of course, it's not everybody that wants to fly their kites.
Or has got a kite worth flying. Or for that matter, has got a kite to fly at all.
Hello? Yes, it is. Who? Oh, yes, hang on a minute. Greg, it's for you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Lucia. Hello, Flint here. Hey, you Jello. How are you, boy? Ryan. Major Ryan? It's Uccello over at Burton Wood. He says Major Ryan wants to see us over there right away.
What for? Does he know?
Yeah, Uccello, sure. Okay, fine, we'll see you. It's urgent, the man says.
I didn't quite catch all of it, you know, not actually listening deliberately on purpose, like. But if you ask me, there's something very funny going on there.
How do you mean funny?
Well, there was this woman come in for a start. Oh, she was a right able dealer, I can tell you. Demanding compensation.
Compensation for what?
Injuries.
And I'll tell you something else and all. She got it, 20 quid of it. Yeah, well, I'll best go and get your dad's dinner, Anne. Nice morning.
Yeah. Well, hiya, Red Riding Hood. You're on your own?
No, Maggie's in the back. I'll go and tell her you want her. Maggie!
Thanks. Is Joe still around?
No, he went out about half an hour ago.
Oh, hello, Greg.
Well, hi, Maggie. Hey, what's with her? Tell me something. Have I got horns growing out of my head?
Well, not that I've noticed. You haven't come round here just to ask me that.
No, I came to tell you that Gary and I won't be able to make it for tea this afternoon. We were called over to Burton Wood. But, well, I don't know. Maybe it's my ebullient personality, huh?
Irma again?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hello. I'm afraid whatever it is, it'll have to wait because I've got to pick the kids up from school.
I'm afraid it can't wait any longer. The first thing I want to say is I realise how misguided I was now. Well-intentioned, of course, but quite in the wrong to do what I did.
You're not trying to tell me what I think you're trying to tell me.
I'm afraid that's just what I am trying to tell you. Yes.
You?
I'm sorry.
Sorry? I should think you are sorry.
It all started because I couldn't help noticing what was going on.
But nothing was going on.
Oh, I realise that now, just as I realise it wasn't any of my business, even if there had been. Only Ken was away, and Ray Langton does have something of a reputation, and I just thought, well, some marriages have to work. Life isn't totally cynical. I simply felt I just couldn't stand by and watch somebody like Ray Langton wreck yours. Oh, like I say, I know now it was quite unforgivable of me, but if you could... You see, one might say it's an occupational hazard of my own marriage. I do...
Oh, Miss Nugent, honestly.
You know, that still bothers me.
What? The broad with the bruises?
Yeah.
Ah, forget about it.
Yeah, but we didn't even know Joe knew her.
Well, so what's the difference? Look, if she'd have called the cops, there would have been curtains for Joe anyway.
Oh, hi, fellas.
Hey, Uchella, how are you, boy?
Hi.
Hey, how's your old bowling arm these days, huh?
Oh, man, I'm getting too old for bowling. You know, last week, even my wife beat me.
Boy, you are getting old.
Say, Major Ryan's over the other side of the base. Take the weight off your feet.
Okay, thanks.
So what's all this about, Uchella?
Oh, come on, fellas, I only work here. Like I said, Ryan gets this call from Saarbrücken, Germany this morning. Then he wants you here, quick.
Right, will he say anything else?
No, thanks, love. I think that'll do to be going on with.
Right.
You all right?
Yeah.
Thought you looked a bit peaky, that's all.
Well, it's the time of the year, isn't it? Elsie, can I ask you a funny question?
It's a free country, isn't it?
Do you ever think about him anymore, Steve Tanner-like?
Yeah. Well, you said it was going to be a funny question, didn't you?
Well, I don't mean so much as him like, but the way they found him, you know, what really happened.
I stopped wondering about that a long time ago.
Why's that?
Well, keep wondering about things like that, it leads you in some funny directions. And to some funny conclusions.
Well, if it isn't my childhood sweetheart, the one who used to scribble my name up on every air raid shelter.
Hello, Lynn. Bye.
Hey, come here, I want to talk to you.
I can't. Got a hungry husband at home that's banging on the table with his spoon.
You know, I think I'll find somebody younger who's looking for somebody older. I'm beginning to realize I'm losing my fatal attraction for the opposite sex.
You're lucky.
How are things going then?
Oh, not so bad, love. Now certain persons have been put in their place. But hang on.
Age before beauty.
Pearls before swine.
dear, there are times behind this bar when I know exactly how Jack Scamp must feel.
Oh, I shouldn't worry about it, Mrs. Walker. Best of friends often start off best of enemies.
Hey, what's all this about us going to the Panto at Christmas? I thought we were having a nice concert like we did last year.
Well, apparently no one was doing anything about it, so Miss Nugent took the initiative and made a block booking for the pantomime. Well, all we have to see now is if sufficient people turn up to fill the seats.
Hello, Miss Nugent. Looking for a pen pal, are we? Stateside. Grab a chair, I'll get a drink.
Hey, you run a garage, don't you?
Wrong. He only owns the garage. I run it.
Taking a notice. My mate here only works in the vineyard. I was the one who actually planted the flipping grapes. Why?
Oh, you're not looking for a good mechanic, are you?
He's got a good mechanic.
What my mucker here is trying to say is that it already cost me a small fortune trying to keep the wolf away from his door. And 2 wolves is just about all the business will stand at the moment. What sort of stuff do you handle?
Well, anything. I was in the army, the motor pool in the army.
Right, well, the next time my mate here starts getting stroppy about me ruining his love life, keeping him working late hours, I'll know where to come, won't I?
What did you say that to her for?
Come on, she was asking for it. Look, you know what's the trouble with you is, don't you? You're too soft.
Well, if it had been anybody else, I'd probably have bitten her head off, but she just stood there like a sacrificial lamb, and I just couldn't, that's all.
Yeah, well, it's all right for you, isn't it? I mean, I'm the one that's going to get his block knocked off by Ken next weekend when he gets home.
Oh, don't be so daft. I'll sort it out with him as soon as he arrives. It's not Ken I'm worried about. It's Ina and Elsie and everybody else I've been slandering.
Well, I suppose I could always buy them a drink. If that'll make you feel any better.
Will you?
Your wish is my command.
Oh, thanks, Ray.
Mrs. Tanner will have a gin and tonic and I'll have a milk stout, thank you very much. You can think yourself lucky you got off that lightly.
You've been listening again, haven't you, Mrs. Sharples?
We have X-ray ears round here, lad.
Yes. Well, I suppose this is what's called settling out of court, is it?
What's all this in aid of?
Conscience money, lass. You're getting a drink out of it.
Maggie, you haven't seen Gary or Greg around anywhere, have you?
What, didn't you know?
No.
Well, something came up. They've been called over to Burton Wood straight away.
Really?
So, how's Germany? How are the Fräuleins?
Well, we do what we can, sir, to cement U.S.-German relations.
I'll bet. So you're not exactly panting to get back here, huh?
Oh, I don't know, sir. I guess old Burton Wood will always be a bit special for all of us. Eh?
Yeah. Joe Donnelly. You guys are buddies of his, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You know he's gone AWOL?
Yes, sir. He just took off a couple of days before we left.
Any idea where?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You haven't seen him since?
No, sir.
That's a pity.
Hi, baby. Nice?
Yes, it's very nice.
Well, let's see where we put her. We put her over here or back here?
If you like.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I think it looks nice over there where you've got it.
Hey, look, I got this. We're going to decorate the tree. I thought we'd do it together tonight. It's nice.
Yeah. Oh, nothing for me, thanks.
You know, we had a Christmas tree when I was a kid. Big one. Covered the whole corner of one room. I guess that Christmas tree was about the most beautiful thing that I ever saw. Well, my mother, she used to nag. Nag, nag, nag. All the time. And he used to sit in that chair and he used to take it night after night. Well, one night, Christmas Eve, I guess he had a couple of drinks, and she was nagging away, and he just sort of, he got up, and he smacked her right into the tree. God, what a mess there was. Tree lying all over that room, broken glass. And she didn't even get a scratch. My Christmas, baby.
Is that all, sir?
Yeah, that's all. Enjoy your leave.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Flint,
Sir?
if you should run across Denelli,
Yes, sir?
get in touch right away, huh? Only, this is confidential. It's not just a case of his being AWOL anymore. I got a call from Germany this afternoon. Seems there's this German woman in the hospital in Saarbrücken. She's been unconscious for the last 3 weeks. She came around today. Her story is that she got her injuries from an American serviceman who had too much to drink and then seemed to go... She used the word geisteskrank, sick in the soul.
Joe?
That's all.